Tank and Jake. They've been going at it for years, and it would have happened sooner, you know what I'm saying? But we have hiccups in life. That's what I call it, hiccups, but they lessons to learn from. Y'all with me? And it was good for us, to tell you the truth, because when I stepped back in the head Vegas game and I haven't been there, it brought back so much memories.
Amidst his most recent legal troubles and the cancellation of his fight, Calvin Ford has parted ways with Gervonta Davis after decades of being together. He confirmed this in an interview with a famous boxing YouTube channel and said he was done with Tank's inconsistencies. I and Kenny are leaving the team. He's getting into so much trouble, and he's not listening to us. There's no point staying when your fighter does this, Calvin Ford said.
With the Tank, what's going on with Tank, and are we going to see, and when are we going to see him back?
He got a little legal issue. As soon as they get through the courts, they'll set a date, and all we can do is wait. I don't get into that side, you know what I mean? I'm just there.
Tank is, however, yet to release a statement on this. However, many boxing fans claimed they saw it coming after Calvin Ford didn't take part in Tank's training camp before his fight against Lamont Roach. However, the idea was to keep patching their relationship, just as Tank kept patching his boxing career after running away from his rematch against Lamont Roach. Calvin Ford explained that the decision to split first came up when Tank announced his retirement without informing them. Back in January, Davis cited that he wanted to undergo therapy and mental health treatment so he could be a better father. That's why I don't want to box anymore, Davis told Inside Boxing Live in January.
Type thing, like come back and help too, you know what I mean? So it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion, you know what I mean? Ain't no bad.
I want to do therapy, but I feel as though if I do, it would lose the fire that I have inside of me. I want everything out of me, so I never think about fighting again or even getting angry. I have 2 girls, and I want them to be much softer and be more humble.
What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in you can get knocked out like that, so I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that, or like when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know.
It's all about being true to yourself. You just need to be true to yourself. Now, faking it, that's when it's like when you know you don't want to do it, and you continue to do it. That's something wrong. And just after this, Gervonta Davis went into training camp for a fight without Calvin Ford. And despite the team doing everything they can to cover things up, it's now clear that there has been underground issues since the beginning of the year.
What's going on with Tank, and are we going to see, and when are we going to see him back?
He got a little legal issue. As soon as they get through the courts, they'll set a date, and all we can do is wait. I don't get into that side, you know what I mean? I'm just there when they need me.
This was an eventual result of silent misunderstandings that's been going on in his corner since the build-up to the Lamont Roach fight.
I don't even know Calvin for CCO. I know Calvin, you know what I mean? I don't know.
The chaos first began when Calvin Ford decided to forsake Tank and focus on his younger trainers instead. There were several reasons for that, and it's almost common knowledge among boxing fans that Tank doesn't pay his trainers well. Though Calvin Ford has denied those claims severally, covering Tank up by telling fans they have a father and son relationship, which means he gets whatever he asks for, and not necessarily a salary. However, Ford soon got fed up with Tank's mischief and excused himself from Tank's corner. The issue was clear. Ford wasn't happy with Tank, so he tried avoiding his training camp, and Tank wasn't ready to understand anything at that point.
Hey Tank, real talk. Will Calvin be with you on this fight?
Hey, Tank. Huh?
Will Calvin be with you on this fight?
I don't know. We gotta see.
What do you think about the guy yelling in the back? Did that kind of get...
There was no real quarrel, but it was clear things weren't as good between them. And then, the crazy drama on fight night was the beginning of a real rift that eventually led to their split. Gervonta Davis had declined Calvin's advice because he had ignored him in the build-up.
And he know when I go spend time with my peace, I'm going through things. You know what I'm saying? When he was there, at least I know where he was at. Because it was something that we didn't want to do. It was something that we normally do.
He simply felt Calvin Ford wasn't in the place to tell him what to do, since he couldn't make the sacrifice of coming to his training camp to train him. It happened during one of the latter rounds when Gervonta Davis was told to be more careful by Coach Calvin. He simply yelled, "Calvin, calm down and listen to me." This was deemed rude by many in the boxing community.
Cal, you gotta calm down and listen to me.
Hey, come on now. He's trying to get it. Get that in there more. There you go. There you go. That's what you have to do. There you go. Stay good. Stay focused. That was a good round. You got to turn up now. I want all three of these.
A fan said, "I pity that man so much. Tank is so disrespectful and rude, and he really can't do much without him." Another had placed himself in Gervonta Davis's shoes. "If I have someone like Calvin Ford do to me what he did to Tank, I'd be forever grateful to him, and he'll never lack anything in his life." One condemned Gervonta Davis's actions seriously and described Tank as an evil person. "Tank is so wicked. I really can't be cool with someone like that. He's an ingrate despite all what Calvin did for him." Then he'd come and say Calvin is his dad.
No, I was already paying attention to the crowd. You know what I mean? I was more so, it's something we got to work on in the corner, for sure.
However, before their split became public, the lie they told was coach Calvin was only taking a step back, but the training structure remained the same. The reporter made it clear that they're not implying a breakup or a falling out between Ford and Gervonta Davis.
This question is for Coach Calvin Ford. This is Matt from Brunch Boxing.
Well, Matt.
Now, we know that Tank has talked in the past about retiring, leaving the game of boxing. As someone that's had Tank since basically he was a pup and you've raised him as a boxer.
They just wanted to know whether the temporary separation made their bond stronger, like when family members spend time apart and then appreciate each other more when they reunite. "No, he came to see me dead, slow down and worrying about you because boom. He knows that I spend time with my amateurs. You know me. Both of y'all know me very well. I spend time with my amateurs all the time. That's my piece," replied Coach Ford. Even though he wasn't directly training Tank, knowing where he was and that he was training gave him a sense of reassurance.
After tonight,
I like to see Tank to do what he want to do. I said at the last press conference. Y'all got to understand, them guys been doing this since they were little. This might energize them again.
Oh, yeah. In fact, he backstage right now talking about he want a rematch.
Mac, no, backstage, you want to go to the gym right now.
Hey, Tank, real talk. Will Calvin be with you on this fight?
Hey, you Tank?
Huh? Will Calvin be with you on this fight?
I don't know. We got to see.
What do you think about the guy yelling in the back? Did that kind of get you?
He acknowledged that being away from Davis allowed them both to appreciate their bond. When he returned to the gym, Ford could tell the lightweight champion missed him, just like he missed the letter. A similar kind of reassurance came from Barry Hunter, too.
He will always be around, you know what I mean? So, that's Pops, like I said. So he'll always be there. It's, without me, without Calvin, it wouldn't be no me, you know what I mean? Because at first, when I came into the...
Calvin will be there, Coach Barry will be there, Coach Boogie will be there, and Kenny will be there as well, he said during an interview. While Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis won't be in Tank's corner, he and other coaches will still be there. Implying it's not a major issue, Hunter wanted to remind us that this isn't the first time changes in Tank's corner occurred. Hunter had been involved with Tank since his amateur days and early career. He is not new to Tank's team. Like Ford, he also noted that the internet often spreads misinformation, and people make assumptions without knowing the full story. He emphasized that Tank is like family.
Sound like you spoke in New York. Some of that extra motivation when someone's talking in the crowd.
Like how was?
The two guys, like the bet. Is all this stuff kind of added more?
No, I don't know. You know how people like...
Just
I don't
so.
know the people that come with the clock.
Cards. Judge at the ringside. Eric Marlinsky scores it on 115 to 113 in favor of Gervonta Davis. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Glenn Feldman both scores about 114 to 114, even a draw.
So fans stayed assured that it looked like a temporary shakeup that may revert back to the old format when Gervonta Davis returns after a few months. Prime video cameras also caught Davis yelling over the advice of trainer Calvin Ford in the corner at times between rounds by screaming, "Listen to me." This time around, Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis are determined to fight against any form of women abuse by distancing themselves from Tank. This comes after his latest case of domestic violence.
Gervonta Tank Davis did something awful again, and no, it wasn't scheduling another fight with Jake Paul. He beat a woman. Again. And once again, I'm not talking about Jake Paul. If you know Tank Davis, you know he has a lot of run-ins with the law. But this is actually a civil suit over a certain criminal case that was dropped earlier, and
the lawsuit, which was filed on October 30th by his former girlfriend Courtney Russell, accuses him of battery, aggravated battery, false imprisonment, kidnapping, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Per the lawsuit, Russell worked as a VIP cocktail waitress at a gentleman's club called Tootsie's. On October 27th, Davis allegedly stormed into the club and attacked Russell at 4:15 a.m. She accuses Davis of choking, grabbing, and dragging her through the kitchen, stairwell, and back exit, and beating her in the parking garage. Russell claims that she had been privately dating Davis for 5 months, but accused Tank of choking and beating her on multiple occasions, including threatening to kill her on 2 different instances. On September 2nd, Davis allegedly threatened to kill her for not answering his calls and texts. Then, on September 23rd, Davis once again threatened her, texting, "I'll kill you," and accusing Russell of infidelity before physically assaulting her publicly in a restaurant called Playa Miami that same day. The lawsuit also claims that Davis texted Russell an hour after the incident on October 27th, writing, "I'm on my way, yo ya house." Russell believes he was heading to her home to abuse her again. Russell claims to be suffering from severe PTSD due to the abuse and is in constant fear for her life. The lawsuit also states that she has sought medical treatment and therapy following the abuse and is in need of assistance with daily living. According to ESPN, neither Most Valuable Promotions nor Davis's camp responded to inquiries regarding the state of the fight. It's radio silence from all parties and déjà vu for Tank fans again, as the boxing community awaits to see how Davis's latest legal troubles play out.
And while everyone is innocent until proven guilty, this looks really bad for him. While all the details aren't out, we know the details from the original case, which was basically a shut case with a lot of evidence that he did it. That, along with his prior incidents, innocent until proven guilty, but yeah.
According to a report from Sports Illustrated's Chris Mannix, Jake Paul's team is now actively preparing to find a replacement opponent for the November 14th card. Mannix posted on X announcing the development. Legal issues with Davis have become a regular occurrence, and this starkly contradicts what the World Boxing Association lightweight champion said about his mental health just a few days ago. The case could mean serious consequences for Davis both in and out of the ring in the coming days, and could certainly put the Paul vs. Tank event in genuine trouble. With Gervonta Davis's legal troubles putting the much-anticipated exhibition match against Jake Paul in jeopardy, reports of a search for a new dance partner have emerged. Gervonta Davis has faced multiple domestic violence accusations, including arrests that scrapped previous bouts. Critics say Paul ignored the red flags for a big payday and a massive size advantage. Shields was surprised that no backup opponent emerged quickly, unlike Paul's usual events. Claressa Shields has called out Jake Paul for the reasons he seemingly gave to nix the Gervonta Tank Davis boxing exhibition, after allegations came to light that the lightweight fighter had again been accused of domestic violence.
If you do something like 6 times, people are going to believe you did it the 7th. So why is this coming up again? Well, now we talk about Jake Paul. There were a lot of theories that the reason the original charges got dropped, despite it being pretty clear that he was going to get convicted, was he convinced her to stop pressing charges so that he can actually schedule this Jake Paul fight.
My take on it. Oh, Lord have mercy. The way that he wrote this is just so crazy. He said, Gervonta Davis is an actual walking human piece of garbage. Working with him is an absolute nightmare. The unprofessionalism, the bizarre requests, the showing up hours late to shoots, the numerous arrests and related accusations and lawsuits. If you support this man, you support the most vile sin a man can commit. I didn't want to give this woman abuse.
Paul's boxing brand, Most Valuable Promotions, issued a statement on Monday that said its Netflix event on the 14th of November will no longer be moving forward. Paul's business partner, Nakisa Badarian, said they tried to navigate this situation responsibly and will focus on Paul competing against a different opponent, again on Netflix, on another date in 2025. Tank will not be the dance partner. It comes at a time in which court documents describe an ex-girlfriend saying Davis choked her inside a Miami strip club on the 27th of October, among other incidents. Paul called Davis an actual walking human piece of garbage in his own statement on X.
Outside the ring, for some reason he gets in trouble. You know, I'm not sure what he's going through, or if he is going through something. Man, we wish him, you know, all the best, and hopefully he gets back on the straight line. You know, we always wish that for fighters, because this is a tough sport, you know, that gets into your psyche.
Paul quickly distanced himself, posting a statement online. He labeled Davis an actual walking human piece of garbage and vowed not to platform a woman abuser. His company, he claimed, champions women. I didn't want to give this woman abuser a platform to grow his fans and to grow his bank account. My company champions women. I'm so sorry to everyone involved, mostly to the undercard fighters, to my team at MVP, and to my team who worked so hard prepping for this fight. Gervonta Davis is an actual walking human piece of garbage. Working with him is an absolute nightmare. The unprofessionalism, the bizarre requests, the showing up hours late to shoots, to the numerous arrests and related accusations and lawsuits. If you support this man, you.
A platform to grow his fans and to grow his bank account. My company champions women. I'm so sorry to everyone involved, mostly to the undercard fighters, to my team at MVP, and to my team who worked so hard prepping for this fight, sacrificing time with loved ones and kids just for this fool to lose his unintelligent mind again. It's scary that devilish man like...
But Shields seemingly believes Paul should not pretend to have been blindsided. I have a few things to say about that, Shields said on X Spaces. 1. I will say this. I'm not going to say I 100% agree with what Jake said, but what I will say is that we all knew Tank's background with domestic violence before his fight got made. Before any of his fights get made, we already know he's got some issues with this. She continued, this is not his first, second, or even third time with something like this coming out. He's been arrested for it, but he hasn't done jail time for it. We all know he has his struggles with this. So I don't know why he brings it up as if Jake didn't know this about him already. That's one thing I don't like.
I think Tank Davis, yeah, he has his whole career ahead of him. I don't really know if he wanted this fight. I don't really know if he wanted an exhibition. I don't think that's in Tank's nature, you know? Yeah, it would have been a great payday. Yeah, it would have been a lot of exposure, but it does nothing to Tank's legacy. And I really do think that Tank cares about his legacy.
Secondly, to say he's the most vile human being and blah blah, none of this was being said until this stuff came out. She finished. I just think that might be karma for some people. It'd just be karma, that's all. Shields' remarks add another layer of controversy that continues to swirl around one of boxing's most explosive stars, both inside and outside the ring. Shields pointed out that Paul's sudden moral stance felt fake. He promoted the fight without a peep about Davis's history until money was off the table. She even called it karma for Davis, but questioned why Paul picked him in the first place.
The devilish men like this can rise to the top of culture and sports, including in positions of power. I hope you people moving forward look beyond his fake streetwear pieces swag and search for something deeper to be a fan of. As for me, it's on to the next one. As always, anyone, anytime, any place, Jake at Most Valuable Promotions. That was crazy.
Meanwhile, Most Valuable Promotions released an official statement. They are collecting facts and carefully examining the situation so that any decision they make is well informed and responsible. We will make a determination on next steps once we have completed our review and consulted with the appropriate parties, part of it read.
Zone, you have a contract with Golden Boy. It just doesn't happen that way. So anyway, until next time, we'll see you Saturday with Virgil Ortiz. But again, Ryan Garcia's next fight will be announced by me, who he's fighting, and when he's fighting next. See you guys.
If Jake Paul and his team fail to secure Ryan Garcia, Anthony Joshua could be another alternative. Fans may recall that Paul had already called out the former heavyweight champion earlier this year. However, the latest grapevine suggests Joshua is in talks for a potential matchup against Jarrell Miller in a Ghana face-off. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.